exams and things like that. But the problems aren't.
First bite review.
I'm being honest.
Wow. To be honest, like honesty.
That was honestly. Or can I put that on YouTube? I don't know.
No labs this week.
Yo, what's up guys? This is the third iteration of this because I apparently don't know how to talk to a camera anymore. So yeah, we're back to vlogging. Video, vlogs. Reason I took a break for so long, I just wasn't feeling it. Like I said, I think every time I've started this like thing and then taking a hiatus, I think it's the same thing. I always stop because I stop feeling it. I don't know. It's like I always said, I don't want to give you guys like a forced thing. I kind of want it to be like me enjoying it. Therefore, the video like you feel that as you watch the video, like okay, this guy actually cares. This guy actually, you know, went through the process. But we're doing a few different takes for this. I want to make it more lifestyle, even though it was like a pretty much lifestyle for most of it. I want to make it even more. So I think the way you guys see this video is how I'm going to try to keep it for the most part. Events that happen throughout my day up until the gym, and then the gym format, and then afterwards if anything does happen I might record that and post it, right? But I want to do that, like even if it's just like me, you know, walking to my car after the gym, then that wouldn't, yeah, like that, and then like ending the video. I just don't want to, like, I feel like it was always abrupt. Like I would start the video abruptly, I would end the video abruptly. I wanted something like more like into it and out of it, right? It didn't have to be something crazy like cinematography and like stuff like that, but I wanted it to be like different enough that it's not like you're watching, you know, a Sam Sulek video, for example, but it's also not like too much. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to find that sweet ground. But today was the first day of school. Super excited to be back. It's gonna be like my third-ish year. Realistically, it's almost like my fifth or sixth. I don't even know. Different universities because I'm a transfer student. So we ate some good food. It was good. You know, it was. I don't mind like I don't mind vegetable food, like not vegetarian, but like I don't mind healthy food. It's just not my cup of tea, and I ate it, but it's not my cup of tea. But regardless, we're here eating. We ate some poke, and then we ate some crumble, and then so that's your cup of tea, huh? Relax, right? Relax. I also found out that I've been drinking a lot of water in terms of like liters. I've been drinking a lot actually, so I'm pretty happy about that. So what we're gonna do now is just gonna go to the gym now. The day's kind of over. First day of schools, I kind of know what I need to do for everything. So after the gym, I'm gonna go home, do a bit of like advancing. That way, because I noticed that like if I don't do that, I do get someone like in trouble later down the line. So I'm gonna try to get ahead of my class for a tiny bit, and then that way if anything happens I can just kind of like back down and not stress too much about it. But yeah, plan for shoulders today is just shoulder pressing, lateral raising, and rear delts. Front delts I kind of like do them already in my chest day. which I might do. The reason I'm taking like an extra day is just because my body like kind of needs it. Usually I would implement my shoulders within my back and chest days. So for my chest day, I would do side delts, and for my back day, I would do rear delts. But I noticed that my legs, or overall my body, doesn't really like follow a good recovery rotation when I do that. It's kind of like in Destiny 2 if you play that game, and if you raid in Salvation's Edge, the second encounter, it's basically, and I'll explain it for like people who don't, you don't even need to know anymore, but you don't even know it. You don't need to know about it, but I'll explain it real quick after I take a sip of this pre. Which also, I noticed that whenever I have a lot of pre, for some reason, I try to get rid of it as fast as possible for whatever reason. Like most people will like try to save the pre. For me, it's like the opposite. I get a fuck ton of pre, it's fucking 8 every day, double scoop. On special days, hey, quadruple scoop. Which is just dumb. I don't do quadruple scoops, by the way, but it's just dumb. Preserve your pre. Like sometimes I would take half a scoop because, like, for example, for shoulders, like, let's be real, guys, like, do you really need a fucking full scoop of pre? But so in that encounter, right, in Destiny 2, Salvation's Edge, second encounter, you're doing a bunch of rotations, and the best method is like you do one rotation and then you do a second rotation of the mechanic, and then you're supposed to keep the rotation going, but instead after 2 rotations you miss one, you go do another mechanic, and then you come back and restart the rotation. That extra failed rotation puts everything else in line, which just makes the whole operation so much smoother. The whole encounter makes it so much smoother, which is, to me right now, how my gym goes, where my arm days were really my rest days because my arms weren't really used too much, right? Yes, I would use them for my pressing, yes, I would use them for my pulling, and yes, I would use them for my stabilizing barbell, right? So like if you're chest pressing, triceps; if you're rowing, biceps, and if you're squatting, you know, you got to fucking hold that shit. But like I never really like, I would never tax my arms to the point that even if they were sore, even if they were super cooked, they would be a hindrance. It was never the case. So I would always take arm day as like a rest day, quotation marks, and then I would go back to leg day and go hard as fuck there. But now that I'm a bit heavier and I'm doing a bit more weight, and obviously like with the times changes, I'm learning my body, I'm actually pushing to that limit, and I'm actually like, just overall, like, I'm more experienced, and I know that, okay, yes, I could take just like an arm day as a rest day, but it would benefit me more to take an extra rest day. And instead of like literally taking an extra rest day, I would rather just do shoulders, right? Because if you want bigger shoulders, bigger forearms, bigger calves, a lot of people say, well, you know, if you want bigger forearms, don't use straps. If you want bigger calves, don't use knee sleeves. Right? So if you want bigger, but that's wrong, as we know, right? So if you want big shoulders, you should dedicate a whole day for that, right? Kind of like for me, my forearms and my calves, I have like them integrated, where in the mornings I do morning cardio, and then I do, after my morning cardio, I do both abs and calves. But if my calves are sore, I'll do forearms. I'll do either 3 in the combination of whatever, it's not sore. And if nothing is sore, I just do all 3 of them. I do a few sets and that's it. But then for my shoulders, instead of like integrating them to different body parts and being taxed there, I'm gonna just dedicate a whole day, which, just like the encounter, aligns everything up, because my legs are good to go today, right? But you know, like, it's like if your engine, the way I think about it is your body's an engine. So if I've been throttling my engine, if I keep this shit running at 100%, I slow down, and then the second it's like sort of cool, I go back again, I'm gonna damage the engine, right? So it's the same thing for legs. If you hammer your legs and then you wait, you rest, okay, they're not sore anymore, and then, okay, let me go again. I think that when they're not sore, take an extra day, right? you recover, like, oh, but I fully recovered. You didn't even recover, in my opinion. Your legs aren't sore anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, your legs not being sore isn't the same as your legs being fully healed. CNS, motherfucker, right? What's happening? Your legs can be not sore and not healed. So you wanna heal, you wanna not be sore, relax, and then go again, right? That's how I look at it. I don't know if I'm right. I don't really care if I'm wrong, because to me, I fucking like it, so that's what I'm gonna do. So with that being said, that's kind of the work, that's kind of like the plan for this year. Also, we're going back to our, like, so for 3 months really, we did like just one set stuff, and we made progress. I will say that it was good. And I think I did say this, where I think a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but like, if you're into, like, if you think you're not a beginner anymore and you're an intermediate, right? I think intermediate lifters and amateur people should kind of shift into like a one set only type of training regimen, like a HIIT, just so that they can like see for themselves, like, hey, do you know what failure is? Because if you have only one set per exercise, per muscle group, you have to treat that one set like it's, like, you need to be sure, you need to be on top of everything, right? Like that forces you to put, number one, track your shit, number two, actually go to failure, and number three, it assesses whether you are actually an amateur, intermediate, and if you're even going, if you're going hard at the gym. Like, people say like, yeah, I'm going hard at the gym, and then you see their set ranges and it's like they're only going hard on the last two. Like, I worked out with my brother, no, you know, but he's young, he's learning, right? So he told me, he literally said, yeah, I was gonna go really heavy for the last two. And I was like, what's the point, dude? Like, that's how you injure yourself, in my opinion. If you pre-exhaust yourself with light weight, and then during the same rep range, or during the same rep, you go heavier, you're gonna injure yourself. You don't go heavier after you're exhausted. You go lighter, because preferably you would exhaust yourself if you go heavy as fuck. So now when you go light as fuck, that weight is literally just there for you to pump it up. It's not supposed to be like, all right, let me get ready for it. No, it's if you're going 90 and you cut that shit in half and you go to 45 should feel like a fucking feather, bro. That should just, you should just be able to flex your muscle and just, that's it. That's the weight. Just you, it shouldn't be you grunting with the 45s, bro. Or maybe, but you know what I'm saying. But, you know, he's a beginner, so he thinks that, okay, I'm gonna go the heaviest at the last. And as anybody who's been lifting for a long time, you know, like, no, you gotta go heaviest off the bat, because off the bat you're the freshest, you're the most active, you're the most whatever. So whenever you do any HIIT style training, that's what you are learning, that's what you are assessing. Am I going balls to the wall off the rip, or am I still scaling up? If you're still scaling up, it's fine, right? Those are called warm-up sets, my boy. I'm sorry, but if the first working set should be the first and only set, right? That set, you should give it your all. You should not leave anything in the tank. You should not do any IRIs. It's balls to the wall, assisted, negatives, baby. You are squeezing the fuck out of the towel. You're getting every single drop of that towel down, bro. That's what it should be. And once you can do that for 3 months, and you have to hold yourself accountable, you are no longer a beginner. You are either an intermediate or an amateur, whatever, right? And I know a lot of people say, like, a lot of professionals didn't go to failure all the time, and I'm not advocating it, right? But for that one set, I think I am advocating it, and I think I am encouraging that you do reach failure, at least for one set. Absolute failure. And then the rest of the sets, you know, so then what about the rest of the sets? If you want more, then keep going. But if you feel like that's enough, then that's enough. That's what HIIT training is. That's what fucking Dorian Yates, Mike Mentzer, and a buttload of other bodybuilders were doing. Just going to the gym, doing one crazy fucking set per exercise, per muscle group, and then dipping. And to me, it worked good, right? So how come I'm switching back? It's called experimenting, right? I was able to experiment successfully with this one. Now I'm going to do it with more volume and with the same intensity. Intensity is always a constant. You should always push yourself 100%. That's why I think when you do this program, when you do HIIT training or HIIT style training, you're able to see if you actually know what failure means, or are you warming up to failure? Because if you're warming up to failure, you're not really going to failure. But if you just go off the rip to failure because you only have one set, motherfucker, hey, that one bench press, you better fucking fail. And I'm talking barbell on your chest, help, help, or preferably you either fucking throw that shit or you fucking crunch that shit up and destroy your nuts, right? Preferably not destroying your nuts and just safely putting it on your thighs and then standing up with it. Depending on the weight, things can be different. But you should be at that point. Like, I'm sorry, but that's what you need. Like, people think it's fucking... If you want dramatic results, if you want to be an extreme freak of nature, you have to go that fucking far, right? Don't take fucking steroids. Don't take any fucking of that shit. If you're not going to failure naturally, what the fuck are you gonna do taking? Now you're gonna go subpar on steroids. Like, good job, bro. Like, you want more, Ashley? Because you're training subpar naturally, and now you're enhanced training subpar. What the fuck is the point, dude? Oh, I went from cutting the 30s to 60s. Yeah, buddy, guess what? You probably could in the 60s naturally. And now you probably should be doing the 70s. But you're not going to. And with the 60s, let's be real, are you even doing the 60s? No, you're fucking doing something like this. Right? So, if you want dramatic results, you have to train dramatically. You have to go to a place that you didn't even think was possible. If you want to get to a place you've never been, you have to do stuff you've never done. Ronnie Coleman said that when he was eating like about, I think it was like, I'm gonna just throw a number out there, but I don't know if it's right. I think it was about 800 grams of protein, right? What the fuck? Was that even possible? Was that possible? Was that not possible? Who fucking knows? All I know that is that motherfucker was big as shit. He was able to reach a place no one thought was possible by doing shit no one even thought was doable, right? If you saw him and you told me, yeah, that guy ate like a cow daily, I would be like, yeah, looks about right. Is it possible? Who the fuck knows? Apparently it is. So that's it. That's the moral. I'm gonna not slam this because it's bad, but I'm gonna just drink it, sip on it, get to the gym, and absolutely destroy my shoulders. Training wise, it'll be the same format as I always have done it. Camera down, recording, I go to failure, and that's it. Commentating here and there. That's pretty much it. I'm also like stalling a bit because it's 6:43. Two things: traffic. And the people in the gym also, I want them to leave. And man, if I could get the gym empty, I'm gonna get the gym empty. I'm sorry. Also because I don't have any homework. Thank God. I checked through all the Canvas stuff. There's nothing really active aside from like syllabus and stuff that I need to check. But like actual work for me to do, there's nothing. So blessed to be. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the gym, and I'll see you guys for the post. comment too. SoundCloud. Alright. Let's go. 5. About 100. We're gonna scale up. Not today, but in a couple weeks. We're gonna like slowly progress to like hopefully like 135. I could do it, but it'll just be like for 1 or 2 reps. I kinda wanna rep it. This one was gnarly. Like a little 11. Pretty good. So now it's 11 on 25. 14 left. And then we'll just finish it off with some, or we'll start off with lateral raises and weird outs. Though we might just do laterals, because more rears are kind of good. I was warming them up and them just felt sore as a motherfucker. That's pretty much it. The upper window's open. Like the garage doors, which is awesome. it's pretty much shoulders. Not much you can do aside from just, you know, I like to do heavy lateral raises at the start, standing as much as you can. For a few sets, I only did one set, I'm only feeling one. And then sitting down, either like on the incline, all the way back your shoulders and raising them, that shit fucking stung. So we're gonna see if it correlates to something. Also, it's been like, I think almost a year since I've been up here taking poses, and B, training at this gym. So we'll see. I'm a bit bloated. We'll see. We'll do some comparisons. But how they looking, lads? How the shoulders? Any side delts. That's looking gnarly. Some nugget, just a fucking piece of meat. What's that looking? So I look at the back. I mean, that's pretty much it. Looking wide, bro. Alright. I could be here all day.